But it's my honor and my privilege to introduce you, Leo Smith. Leo, thank you for being here.
And I want to talk to you tonight about a couple of things. Because it's not about what he is, it's about what he has the freedom to do. Because we fought a lot in America about freedoms and having the freedom from things. But I'm raising my children to have the freedom to things, to do what God has called them to do, to be what God has called them to be, to have what their merit allows them to have. And we need to think more about freedom to and less about freedom from. And I start that with you tonight because that's the essence of what all of this is about. Is why I'm here, is why I know most of you are here, because you want your children to have an inheritance of freedom and liberty. And I share that with you, and we share that because of the work of veterans. I was on Georgia Public Broadcasting on their show, and I'm on the show and I'm talking to Jim Galloway, who isn't always a friend of ours, and I'm talking to Bill Nigett, who is one of the producers and he got a Democrat consultant who had refused to go on the show with me previously, and he got him to come on the show, and the guy's a very nice guy. His name's Theron Johnson, and he was, Jason Carter's campaign manager. He's considered the chief guy. And he was also Kasim Reed's campaign manager. Really wonderful guy, really brilliant guy. But I reminded him, I said, Theron, 9 or so days before the election, before November 4th, you were on a Lear jet headed to London with Arthur Blank, going to a football game. Me, I wasn't relaxing. I was walking these holes in my shoes. That's what I was doing. I don't know how they got that kind of confidence. I don't know why they thought for sure that was it the polling? That could have been it. The polling kept saying it was going to be close. But they didn't know about shoes like these. They didn't know about shoes like these. They didn't know about people who have seen darkness in America. They didn't know about poor people who had been in homes that didn't have electricity until they were 11 years old. They didn't know that those people also loved America and the opportunity it presents. They didn't know about those Latino mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters who have meetings like the Habla Awards, and the first thing they say is, I love this country and I love this opportunity. They didn't know that those people were not yet bitter. They didn't know about the people who said, yes, I want equality of opportunity, but not equality of outcome, if not everybody gives an equal effort. They didn't know about those people. They didn't know about the people who said, yes, I want the Tower of Babel to fall away and us to understand each other. I want us to have this great kumbaya. They didn't know about those people who said, yes, I want all those things, but I also want to be who I am. My daughter says to me at the school that she attends, she says, Daddy, we attend a Christian school and there's scripture all over our wall. And there's some people who don't believe like I believe, Daddy. And I want them to be as tolerant of me as I am of them. They're at a Christian school. If they believe so much in their way, why do they attend my school? That's an 8-year-old speaking. You see, when you get myopic, because of the narrative that you need to have, because you have nothing else to give, then you start to believe nonsense that really doesn't deliver anything real to people, and you have to keep selling yourself on that, telling yourself that you're the only guy that she's interested in, and that she won't leave you, and that she's not interested in any other boy. And you get lazy, you don't buy roses anymore, you don't actually help her with the dishes, you don't deliver a sweet note to her anymore, you don't help her with her books. And eventually she says, I think I'm being ignored. And a whole population of people are starting to see that. I started doing this work officially in October of last year. But I was doing this work a lot longer before that. And the work is the work of making sure that the message about what the Republican Party is and what it offers to America and what American exceptionalism is and how it happens and how we must maintain it and conserve it. That's why I'm a conservative, because we conserve what is good. I have been the associate dean of 3 universities. At one point I was told that I had an 80 IQ. And then I end up a dean of a university. That is American opportunity. And because someone says, where you are, put your hand on the plow, do not look left or right. And it wasn't Booker T. Washington that said that. That was our great Bible. And there's been a lot of other great things said and done in America that we need to take heed of. And tonight, I want to get down to the brass tacks of what happened in the election. And it's fun to talk about those things. And so politically, that's what we're about. That's what we have to be about. We have to be about looking at what are the greatest ideals of America. How can we make sure that more people embrace them? How can we make the blood that is lost in the sands of Iwo Jima or the sands of Virginia or the clay of Georgia, how can we make the blood that is lost in those places be blood that makes the soil grow better things? You know, there's a lot of talk about growing hope right now. MSNBC, we're going to grow hope. We're doing the Growing Hope tour. But we want substance. We want what God said in his first order of business to us, be fruitful and multiply. It is not enough to just have hope. My children can't eat hope. They don't learn from a book that is just an idea of hope. My children can't get to school if I just hope them there. I can't heal them with just hope. I got to give them substance. And that's what this discussion is about. The Republicans, we have done an amazing thing in America right now, but if we don't deliver substance, it will be all for naught. And that's what we have to hold people like me accountable for, political operatives. We have to hold our elected officials accountable for that. And we have to hold the corporations accountable for that. We have to hold everyone accountable for the best ideas of America for those children. Because if I could escape poverty in America out of a pig and peanut town in Virginia, then so should my children be able to advance an equal amount from where I was. But America must believe again. And I could see that we had a problem when I was in college at Virginia Tech as an undergraduate student. And I take some of my white friends with me, and we visit my little house that I lived in Virginia on a farm. And I'd be driving up the path, and they would say, "Leo, what are you doing? Turn around." And I'd go, "What do you mean, turn around?" And they go, "Well, that's not your house. You're playing a prank on us." And I said, "That's my house." "That house is a shack." "Yes, that's my house." "Well, come on, really? Who's the lady sitting on?" "That's my mother." "That's your house?" You see, exposure and connection and bridging is what we need to have so people can really see that America is not living, all of us, in the same conditions. We need to see that. We need to experience it. Luckily, I was with friends who trusted me, and they went with me places, and I went with them places. And it broadened my horizon, and it broadened their horizon. But the other thing that we need to do is we need to be able to deal with reality. And the hard thing as conservatives is, again, we conserve what works. And people, that sounds like a negative term when you just say I'm a conservative. That means you're boring, you have no fun, you ain't got no swagger, you know? I mean, that's what that means, right? Conservatives don't have fun. I mean, look, yeah, she must not be a conservative. She's snazzy, she's got on cool boots, she's got a beautiful bag over there, great smile. There's no way you're happy. This is all a facade. It's gotta be. She can't be a conservative. I can't be a conservative. Look, I'm brown skinned and I grew up poor. I was the president of NAACP in the state of Virginia. I was Equal Opportunity Affirmative Action Director. I started rescue missions and I started a food bank. Oh, conservatives aren't compassionate. How could I have done all those things? These boxes are ridiculous. And if we do nothing else, we need to shatter those Trojan horses, because a Trojan horse is how we ended up with a president that didn't deliver anything to the very people he claimed he was going to help.